안녕하세요. MISAMO, the J-line, the Japanese members of Twice, who are now officially a subunit. This is something that once has wanted for a long time. Certainly, Jay once has wanted this for some time now, and it's a pretty cool idea, isn't it? Like, it's an interesting group. Tons of dance talent, like you have both Mina and Momo in this same subunit group, and it's like, they're the two probably biggest dance talents in Twice, so it's interesting, and it's a super fun idea, of course. And so MISAMO's, this is officially on the Twice Japan channel here. It says Momo, Sana, and Mina. But MISAMO, I think this is a sort of an abbreviated or like a portmanteau kind of a name for the subunit that the fans come up with, that once comes up with. I always thought that Mimosa was a little bit catchier, I guess, from a marketing standpoint, maybe like a loose tie-in to alcohol-free, like a sweet mimosa, right? But, that's just my take on it. People enjoy, coming up with these things, and so they will be MISAMO probably forever, which is cool. That's cool. But I wanted to try and check out this short video about the making, the behind the scenes kind of a take here before I get into the song.
もし時間が戻ってあの日の私に会えたらそっと抱きしめてあげよう What will be baby 自分を好きになれなくて期待通りにできなくて涙で潤んだ世界であなたを好きになれた笑顔は作れなくても It will be fine 心が笑えるように 信じる先大丈夫未来で
Oh, was that the whole song? It seemed like it was the whole song, didn't it? 256. Huh. I don't think it was the whole song. But what a sweet sound. I didn't know what to expect from the group, you know, like I mean I didn't know what they were going to do or what they had planned as far as what the song was going to be, but it's actually a very light pop, almost ballady type of song. A lot of vocal work for what I said about the dance talent. This is all just, you know, centered around the vocals, and they're sounding very, very sweet up in the higher end of their registers. Very, very nice harmonization, especially at the end there, the way it kind of, the mix really sort of ramped down, and we just had this wonderful 3-part harmony between the members, and it was really, really awesome. Like, it sounded so good. Okay, let's see. I think that the actual song runs a little bit longer than this. I don't think they were giving away the whole entire song. But it's a very nice video because the visual aspect of this subunit is incredible. I mean, Mina, Momo, and Sana are it's crazy. Twice is just so, like, they're so good, and they're all so beautiful. Like, every single member is just it's crazy, man. It's crazy. You just, you know, you could spend all day, and I know you could spend all day just looking at them, and you can go through, like, you know, Chaeyoung is still my bias, so I'll be like, oh, it's Chaeyoung, and then, you know, oh my goodness, look at Nayeon, and oh, look at Jonghyun, and like, you just go through each one, and when you go through all, then you just start over at the beginning, and it's just like, it never ends. I mean, they're incredible. Okay, let me see.
What will be, baby. 自分を好きになれなくて期待通りにできなくて涙で潤んだ世界であなたを好きになれた磨こうくれなくても It will be fine 心が笑えるように
Tricked myself. Okay, so the mix, I really love the mix, actually. The percussion, you know, it's light. It's very light. The whole mix is very light. It's all airy. It's very airy. Even the vocal work on it, you know. Where we get a little bit of that nostalgic, dreamy chime sound. We got the kick coming in, and it's a nice, like, soft kick. This, you know, it's so perfect for the type of song this is. You know, it's a nice, soft little punch, sort of. But it's not too big at all. It sits very perfectly in the space for this song here. The string sound is particularly good in this. Like it sounds just wonderful, right? This string sound that's going on here, it's something else, man. And so the it's in 4, and what happens is the vocal works actually using a lot of the 16th note subdivision in this. And so I guess for the Japanese language lyrics, it actually works really well because of the sort of the syllables, right? You sing syllables, right? You don't really sing words, you sing syllables. And for the lyrics, it's really just a perfect fit. And so there's all of these little 16th note subdivisions that are that work perfectly for the lyric as far as the rhythm. And then it sort of expanded into the 8th note subdivision there. So at first, it's a 1 and a 2 and then it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so the rhythm is a little bit more subdivided at first, and then it starts to become a little bit more legato, having a little bit more sustain per each syllable that's being sung there. But the harmonizations are really nice too. Like if Mina comes in the beginning and she's singing her part, but you also have Momo and Sana hitting certain pitches in the harmony, and it's comes sort of like at the end of a line or a phrase, right? So it kind of embellishes the color, right? The tone color towards the end of a line or a phrase, and it's a really nice feel to it, man. It feels so organic, starting to make a lot of sense, the concept of bouquet, right? This arrangement of these 3 voices and the sort of lighter tones that they're using. It's really nice. And the way that using the harmonization like that towards the end of the phrase kind of is a blooming sort of effect, See, like it was na 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 na, right, and then at the end you'd hear the other voices come in, right, and then it's really cool. It's a really clever type of mix there, an arrangement as far as the vocals, the lyrical composition on this. Oh, the strings. So the string sound on this, oh man, it's the way that it's written, these string parts on here, it's somewhere in between, like, I don't know, somewhere between like Paco Bell and the Beatles. It has a very like classical type of feel to it. man, but it's also very, contemporary, sort of modern. It sounds, so familiar, even though I haven't heard it before. There's just something about the warmness of the string section in this mix. It's just really, really, it's really beautiful. It's really perfect. It's quite a great, awesome composition. Piano. Oh, the bass. Oh. So right at the beginning, or when I hit play again, we had pianos coming in on the eighth notes, bum 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 bum, and after that part of the phrase, there was this very, very cool bass part that was coming. As we're talking a played bass here, bass guitar, really smooth stuff, man. I mean, this is really, this is so smart. The composition on this is really, really just brilliant stuff. That was incredible. This is a killer bass line in that part of this phrase here. This is absolutely wonderful stuff. Oh, it's still going. Oh, dude. Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. The bass player on this is absolutely just incredible, dude. There's this. First of all, he's got great time, man. There's all kinds of double stops going on. There's these great portamento, slides in there where he's transitioning between chords. And it'll come at the end of the, at the turnaround, he'll slide back down for the next phrase. And then, he'll slide up to the next chord in the middle. It's an amazing tone. It's an amazing tone on this bass part. And it's other than the vocals and such, right? This bass part is it's the other thing that is standing out the most. And it's really, really good. Whoever this bass player is, dude, they're so good, man. They're so good, dude. And then right at the end of this section here, we got that very sweet harmonization with the girls. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna go back a couple seconds here so I can just hear that again. It's so good, dude. It's so. Oh. Oh. That I'm telling you, dude, the bass and then the strings in this mix are incredible stuff, man. That whole passage right there with this, all I heard was the strings and the bass. I didn't hear anything else going on in that, and it's a absolute climax in this song, in this compositionally. That's a peak right there. So that's an absolute climax in this song, dude. It's yeah. It's for a moment there. It sounded like Canon in D, or so. I mean, it's just there's so much classicism in the strings part, and the bass is very modern. It's very pop funk almost. You know what I mean? Like it's so subtle. It like the approach to this, to the composition on this, but then the playing, the absolute like skill on the playing of these parts. And I'm fairly certain that the strings are also being played too, as opposed to being some sort of synth sound or whatever. This is it's really, really just, it's a beautiful song, and it comes across in the how these parts are being played. Like whoever is playing these instruments, they're really into this, man. Like they absolutely are enjoying this. It's a genuine thing. It's very organic. And that again sort of serves the concept, right, of the bouquet concept. It is organic. It's flowery. It's colorful. It's sweet. It's airy. It has all of these qualities that work with this concept. It's very, very good stuff, man. And the girls too, the voices, man. I'm telling you, that sweet harmonization that leads into this incredible strings passage there, that it's so good, dude. This is so absolutely just brilliant. This is classicism, and it's so tasteful that this is very artistic, man. This is very, very artistic. Oh, very big, dude. Huge. Wow. The vocals ramped up. Oh, the piano went for a ride there towards the end. What a big section at the end. I mean, the vocal jumps up, and they're like forte. They're belting out, right? Like, I don't think they put that much breath behind the parts prior to that. This is brilliant stuff, man. And compositionally speaking, this is beautiful songwriting. Just the whole development of the song from beginning to end. The way that the melody lines were composed for the vocal parts, that use of the harmonization to sort of make it feel like each phrase is blooming towards the end. The brilliance in the mix, dude. This incredible bass playing, and the piano was in this last section. Oh, he started going for a ride. Like you just heard him start to lay into the 16th note. It was he was going on the up the scale. The harmonization leading into that amazing string section. Just like, and then out of that sweet string section, boom, right? It comes back with its strongest. Like everything's there now, and the vocals are the strongest projection that they've had up until that point, right? And then we get the bass playing, we got the strings, we got the piano also ramping it up at the end. The whole thing does blossom. It's not like a flower or like a firework. Like, it shoots up and then it just expands everywhere, right? And then sweet harmonization again at the end, and the piano sort of lingers around a little bit, and that last little flourish, like the petals in the wind. You know what I mean? It's just it's really good, man. This is incredible stuff, compositionally, performance-wise, song structure, tone, and everything. Dude, the absolute the absolute skill of the musicians behind this, dude. It's so good, man. It's so good. This is incredible, man. I like, I don't know. I'm just so, it always makes me wonder what else. Let's say this subunit produces an album, right? And this is like one track on the album. It makes me curious about what in contrast, will it be similar to this? Will they go for different sounds? It's just because they're very sweet. Like it's for Mina and Sana. Of course, Momo, she sings very beautifully also, and they all sound very sweet together. Mina and Sana, it's almost like it just feels like them. You know what I mean? Like it really does. Thinking about when Sana had the melody project, whenever Mina sings, I mean, it's just like, man. And Momo, of course, the thing about Momo is that she will also sometimes do raps and stuff. So she brings a little, and her dance style also is a little bit more, urban, like it has a different type of energy to it. You know what I mean? But obviously she can also do this melodic, sweet type of sound as well. So I'm just curious about where they're gonna go. You know what I mean? Like will we get any raps? Will Momo? Will they do it? Will the J Line do a track where like they have rapping? Like, you know what I mean? It's exciting. It's an exciting thing. But this is a very beautiful song. It's like it's a brilliant song. It really is. It's brilliant, and it's so brilliantly performed also on this production. This is incredible stuff, man. This is this is already quite a year for Twice, and for Once also. It's like it feels really big, doesn't it? I'm not the only one, right? Like it feels really big, doesn't it? Between the Moonlight Sunrise, pre-release, we already know we're gonna get an album. Then we have the subunit, and we get this track. I mean, it's still January. It's just still the first month. Like, if it just feels like this is going to be a really big year for Twice and for Once. I'm thinking of that. You know, when they were, what were they going? I think they were going back to Korea. I think, and they were in the airport, and they all were wearing like the rabbit, hats, you know, with the ears. You know what I mean? And they all had like the little rabbit, hats on or whatever. Because it's the year of the rabbit, and so Twice is like, well, okay, it was like they're saying it's gonna be their year or something. You know what I mean? Like just playing with the concept there. I just feel like it's going to be quite quite an exciting year for the group and for the fans too. You know. But this is a brilliant song. It's you know, just in terms of the quality, in terms of the sheer artistic competence, the you know, absolute brilliant performance. This is incredible stuff, man. And I'm very curious as to who's behind it, as far as the production, as far as the composition, the songwriting, the musicians who performed the different parts and everything. You know, I am curious about that. So I'm gonna have to do some reading. You know what I mean? Try to figure some of this stuff out. But it's an amazing song, an amazing performance. Much like with Moonlight Sunrise, you know, you can have expectations or whatever, but as good as you think it's gonna be, right? Like you go, okay, well, they're gonna come out with a new song, or this is what's gonna, and you think, oh man, this is gonna be so good. But it's always better. Like, whatever you thought, however good you thought it was going to be, they go so far past that. And it's an incredible thing, man. It's an incredible thing. I don't know how they do it, but they always do it. They always do it, man. Every single time. But that was quite beautiful, man. Bouquet from MISAMO. Definitely an amazing subunit from. I've said it before. I'll say it again. To me, as a absolute certified once. Twice is the greatest of all time, man. And this is just, this is really impressive from this subunit. This first, you know, the first time we're getting a subunit performance and song and everything. This is really, really impressive stuff, man. I just love them. I just adore Twice, and I don't think anything will ever be more true than that.